What's going on YouTube? It's me, First Year Review, back in here with another video today. Today I got something that I think I'm going to call the Five Guys of Subs, because the way I walked in here, ordered my food, and had to take a double listen or double take at the price actually is astonishing. So I got me here, and a lot of you might know this, Firehouse Subs. So this is my first time getting Firehouse Subs. I heard some murmurs about it being expensive, but when I walked in and I ordered the sub and a Coke, today's Friday, so I got regular Coke, and heard $26, I almost lost it. Because why is a sub $26? This sub better like speak to me. It's crazy. Like, why is it costing me an arm and a leg for a sub? I don't know. Let's get into it here. Let's take a look at it. I mean, it looks nice and it smells nice, but like $26? I don't know if anything's worth $26 from like a fast food place. There's a random pickle there, but whatever. Before we get into it, just remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Do comment down below of anything you want me to try, any topics you want me to talk about. I'm down to do that. Timestamps down below, even though I don't really have a specific topic for today. So let's pick this up. So wow, I got here the spicy Cajun chickens though. Wow, actually, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. That was definitely, I think, the best sub I've ever had. Wow, that was really good. Now, for my first shoe, is it worth $26? Hell no. $26? It's definitely not worth $26. To be fair, the drink's probably $3, so I'll say it's like $23. But still, $23? Wow. That's insane. Like, you know what? Honestly, if I was rich, and I was like, I want a sub, I'd probably never go to Subway. I'd probably only go here. But still, $26. It's not toasted either, but that might be my fault because, like, I brought it home and I let it sit in, like, the thermal bag I have. It looks nice, so look at that. So how was your guys' day today? Mine wasn't too bad. Went to work, came home. I just finished the training at my job, so now we're about to get into the actual job itself. I know I didn't say what type of job it is or where I work, but obviously I'm not gonna give away that information. But I was going through the training for a bit, and now it's time to actually get into the job itself. And the job itself is customer facing, so that's gonna be pretty interesting, because for the last 3 weeks it's been really like theoretical, and we'd hear like stuff and see what we're supposed to do with the customers, but like now we're actually gonna do it, and it's pretty interesting. Every job that I have where I deal with customers, it makes me remember how much I don't like dealing with customers. But like, who really does? Just like it takes a certain type of person to be an entrepreneur, it takes a certain type of person to actually enjoy like dealing with customers. Especially, I feel like on either side, they're equally hard to find. With that being said, I definitely do not think I am someone who likes being customer service. I'm someone who doesn't even like working. I've had a few jobs and done a few things where I worked for myself, in the past, and I really found enjoyment in that. And you know what? I don't know why I didn't pursue it. I think it's because I was a lot younger and didn't have the discipline to actually carry it out. But now that I am a bit older, I think I do have the discipline to carry it out. Hence, like this channel, for example, I've been consistently posting videos for like the past 2 months, and I plan on consistently posting videos for the future, right? And I also have a website. I'm not gonna say what the website is yet, but I have a website. That I created way back in 2018. The website's essentially just like a blog, and I created that for a good like 2-3 years. I posted a blog on it at least every week. Like every Monday was like the minimum, but sometimes I do 2-3 times a week. That's a good sub. That was a good first half. It's actually quite a bit. I didn't think the sub would be this much, but it's quite a bit. Or maybe it's because, you know what? I actually ate lunch today. Somewhat of a lunch, so I'm not that hungry right now. Whenever I'm going to make a video, I should just not eat for the whole day. But sometimes, you know, when you don't eat for the whole day, I feel like your stomach just shrinks and you're able to contain less food than usual. So, I don't know. One of my previous videos, someone left a comment asking me a few things. Look at this. The food's just falling out. Look at that. So tragic, so sad. But yeah, they left a comment asking me about, like, I think it was like animes that I watch, or what type of music I listen to, if I play any instruments or anything like that. I'll answer those questions in like different videos. I'll do like one video at a time because I feel like they're all a bit unrelated, so I'll answer them separately. But for this one, we can get into like music. So if it is impaired from my other videos or my past videos, I really like hip-hop, R&B, and soul. So all the tattoos that I'm getting that I mentioned in my last video have either to do with hip-hop, R&B, and soul. Like hip-hop, I got like Kendrick Lamar tattoo. R&B, I got Lauryn Hill. Soul, I have Marvin Gaye. I even have Michael Jackson there for pop, right? So that's the type of music I like. But it's funny because that's actually not the music that I really grew up listening to. So I'm West Indian, or at least I'm part West Indian, and the brown West Indian, right? So when I was growing up, we'd watch a lot of brown movies. I know I call them brown movies, but they're Bollywood movies. We'd watch a lot of Bollywood movies, and listen to a lot of like Bollywood music type things, right? So that was mainly what we were listening to. However, obviously the hit songs and like really famous people like Michael Jackson, Prince, like all those people would be playing in our house too, but it was mainly like the ethnic music. So that's kind of what I grew up listening to. So I feel like growing up listening to that, but also not being so much into the culture because I was born and raised here, I didn't really have like a music taste until I hit middle school. But even when I hit middle school, my music taste wasn't refined, just like how everyone's isn't refined, right? But that's when I started getting into rock. So for context, I was in middle school in the 2000s, right? So as you can imagine, I was listening to like Simple Plan, 3 Days Grace, Linkin Park. I never liked Blink-182, but like those type of people. My ringtone was 1X, like not the album by 3 Days Grace, but the song. Well, I guess the song's on the album, but it was the song that was my alarm for like 3 years. Middle school going to high school, right? And that's what I mainly listened to for the longest time. And then I think one day I was just like, let me try listening to hip hop. And I wish I tried listening to hip hop earlier because my favorite years of music was like the 2000s. Not the 90s, not the 2010s, but the 2000s. That's my favorite year because that's when like Dipset was around. That's when Rockefeller was going crazy. That's when like the Dedication series were coming out with Lil Wayne, Get Rich Die Trying. So much good music came out during that time. And I wish I was sentient in that era of music to just know what's going on listening to it. Because imagine I'm 10 years old and College Dropout comes out and I'm like listening to it for the first time. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Or Get Rich or Die Trying comes out and I hear more than just In the Club, because when I went to Trinidad, that's all they were playing. So obviously I knew that song was around and some of the songs were around, but like, I wish I was like, had like the music taste when I was growing up for that stuff. But I would listen to mainly rock, and that went on for a while until I found Nas, right? Who is still one of my rappers to this day. I got a tattoo, not of him, but something Nas related. Way back when, I got it in like my early 20s or late teens. I don't remember when I got it, but I credit him as the person who got me into hip-hop music, because I was searching on YouTube and I found 2 songs. I found Got Yourself a Gun and I found One Mic. And those songs just pushed me into hip-hop, and then I just like started listening to everything. Just anything and everything. Mind you, this is in like high school, like grade 12 is when I started listening to hip-hop, or grade 11. I just started listening to anything and everything. So I listened to like Lil Wayne. I listened to like a ton of Lil Wayne music, G Units, just like everything and anything. E40, underground stuff like Immortal Technique and R.A. the Rugged Man, or whatever his name is. Like, I'd be listening to Low Key and all these people. Low Key, like a key that's low, Lowkey. I can't spell, or maybe I can. All those people. And at that time, I was really into torrenting, right? So I would just torrent a ton of music. I still have music on my computer that I've torrented, right? I would torrent a bunch of music for years and years and years and years. Even when Spotify and Apple came out and they became really popular, I still was torrenting my music, because I'm like, I'm not paying for this. I download all my music. And at the time, like, they didn't really have like 320 kbps or the highest quality or like lossless or anything like that. So then I just so I kept downloading until I found out some albums came out that I couldn't listen to on any of these things. I wasn't able to download them. So I was like, wow, the only way I can actually listen to this properly is like having Apple Music. And then I remember in 2020, that's when I finally got Apple Music. 2021 is when I got Apple Music for the first time. And this is like after over a decade, right? And it's because the Donda rollout was happening, and I was like, I want to see this, and I want to see it as it's happening, right? I want to see it live. So I bought Apple Music for that. But as the rollout was going on, because it happened over the span of like 3 weeks or something like that, I don't remember how long it lasted, I was downloading music in between it. And when Apple Music ran out, there was like, it was either I pay for it and keep paying for it, or I delete it or leave the subscription, and I lose like the hundreds of songs I've downloaded in those like 3 weeks, month span, right? So I was like, wow, now I'm just going to do it and spend the money on it and just keep spending the money on it. And then hopefully later on have a business and write it off, right? So that is why I now use Apple Music. And I tried Spotify. Apple Music is still superior because it just integrates so well with the iPhone with the music I've already have downloaded on it, right? Now I can't live without music, because music has single-handedly changed my life and made it better. So much of my experiences and who I am and how I developed and how I got over situations, the worst situations in my life, is like accredited to music. Like, I don't remember how I was before I started listening to music, but whoever I was is completely different. Some of my favorite artists are Kendrick. Well, I mean, I said them, a few of them already. So we got Kanye. I think he's my favorite. No, I think he's my favorite. He is my favorite. Kendrick is one of my favorites too. Nas obviously got me into hip hop. Lil Wayne, Game. I like Travis. I think I like Travis Scott a bit more earlier, but like he's still up there for me. Rodeo is his best album to me. 50 Cent, Skidor used to be good. Obviously, he doesn't really make music anymore. IDK really blowing up, really doing well, which is like always good to see. 21 Savage is pretty good. All these famous people that you hear, I'm just like, oh, this music's good. Let me listen to it. Freddie Gibbs, right? Incredible music. I know so many people who think Alfredo is his best work. No, it's not. It's Bandana. Bandana is his best album. Freddie Gibbs and Madlib is better than Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. I stand by that 100%. West Side Gun's really good. There's so many artists, like regular artists, like Coffee. I think that's how you say her name. Really good. Protege is really good. Chronic's really good. Meek Mill's really good. There's so many people out there, like Lauryn Hill, Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway, my favorite. I'm trying to decide whether I want a Donny Hathaway tattoo as well, so I don't know. Like, there's so many things I want, and there's so much music that I love, and it's like so much music just brings you happiness. Joy, Mary J. Blige. What's the 411? I think that's the album name. Is Better Than My Life. That's my hot take. And if we're talking about music, I go on for hours. I need to make like a 30-minute video dedicated from start to finish. That's just music. It's something that's like more snacky because I'm basically done with this sub. But I don't know. I love talking about music. I love it. And any chance I get to talk about music, I will take it because I just love talking about music so much, right? Even if I'm talking to myself, even though I'm talking to you guys, I'm still technically talking to myself about it. And I love it. I have a bunch of vinyls. Well, not many, not a bunch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7 vinyls. I want to have so much more. And like 5 of them are Kanye vinyls. And then I have like a few other ones. Like I have a Kendrick one and I have Rodeo, right? I'll show them in a different video just so you can see what they look like. Kind of like a vinyl show off thing. But I want more. I want to have like a bookcase filled with them, or I want to have like walls filled with vinyls. Things like that. Like eventually when I show myself, I want to have the wall behind me just filled with vinyls. Just filled with it. Because I love music. I love vinyls. Instruments, I don't really play any instruments. I used to make beats back in the day, as most people from Toronto do, or most people from the GTA do. For that, I bought a piano, and I taught myself how to play piano. I haven't played it in years, and I'm not very good at it, but I really do like it. And my plan for this weekend is to set up the piano again, honestly. So right now I got a desk here. I'm like doing this whole thing on a desk, and desk there's like a monitor, and then there's like a, I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, another part, and it has shelves in it where I have like colognes and like medicine and like just random things here. On top of it, I have my vinyls and stuff. I want to take all this off and move it. Just move it. And maybe put the vinyls on, like, buy a little like shelf thing, put the vinyls on that so I can like store them. And I want to put the piano here and like practice it. And then I want to buy a separate table and move this whole operation to that separate table on the other side of my room, because I don't want to take up all this like real estate on this desk, because I want to like play the piano again. I want to like teach myself and stuff, right? So I think that covers like my music for now. That's a very brief description of my music and my history with music. Next time I'll get into like my favorite albums from my favorite artists. I'll get into like albums like I'm looking forward to, albums from the past 2000s, 2010s. There's so many things to talk about in terms of music, anime, shows, movies, games, all these things. So many things to talk about. I'm so excited to talk about all these things and get feedback and just like have open dialogue, open discussions with people, especially in the comments. Like, I can't wait. With that being said, that's the end of that video. Firehouse Subs, it was really good. It was probably the best sub I've ever had. So I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. Actually, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 in terms of subs. That's how I'm going to rate it in terms of sub. But as an overall meal, it's probably like an 8. Like if you were to bring it down in price like $10, or bring Five Guys up in price $10, if you're like you want a sub or a burger and it's between the two, I'd most likely go with like Five Guys over this, just because I feel like Five Guys is a more enjoyable meal, which is why I'm giving this like an 8. But in terms of like a sub, it's like a 9 to 9.5. It's actually so good. I'd recommend it if you like don't mind going a little bit bankrupt for like 2 weeks. Go spend your paycheck here. But with that being said, Firehouse Subs, pretty good. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below of anything you want me to talk about, any food you want me to try. I'm down to try it. Check out the suggested videos in the side and follow me on Instagram. This is First Chew Review. Take care. Peace.